Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you are healthy and hearty. Welcome to NIEVS Homeschool. This is Fatema Sabrin Shikha, Assistant Teacher of National Ideal English Version School, Morning Shift. Today I am going to take home science class for the students of class 8 on the topic Chapter 4 discussion. I am repeating, today our topic is Chapter 4 discussion. Students, this is our 6th lecture and 5th homework. I'm repeating, this is our 6th lecture and 5th homework. Students, please take your textbook. We are going to discuss the chapter. So let's start. Chapter 4, named Adolescence. In this chapter, we are going to learn about adolescence. Lesson 1, name changes in adolescence. So first question arises, what is adolescence? The age range from 10 to 19 is called adolescence or puberty. So another name of adolescence is puberty. Physical and mental changes are noticed in this time. So in the time of 10 to 19, this is the time of adolescence or puberty, and we find physical and mental changes in our children. Now, what is the necessity of knowledge about the causes of adolescent changes? The points are, with the knowledge of the physical and mental changes of this stage, we can have mental preparation. We can accept the changes easily without any fear or anxiety, and also can advise younger siblings or any adolescent about changes, can protect oneself from unexpected situation, and also we can adjust with family and society easily. So why we have to earn the knowledge of adolescence or puberty? What the changes we have to learn this? Because if we have the knowledge of adolescence, we can cope up with the changing world. We can protect oneself, our neighbor, our friend, or our siblings from any unexpected situation. We can give advice to our younger siblings, sisters, or anyone. And also with our advice or with this knowledge, one can adjust with family and society. Now listen to causes of adolescence changes. So why these type of changes happen? Some chemical substances are responsible for the sudden changes of human body, which are called hormones. So what is hormone? Some chemical substances are responsible for the sudden changes of human body, and these are known as hormone. So because of hormone, there are physical and mental change at the time of adolescence or puberty. Now we'll learn about what is hormone. Human body possesses some endocrine glands. The hormones make important changes and controls different functions of the body. Growth hormone controls physical development, that means tall or short. So in our society we find tall people or short people. So this happens because of hormonal change, and the hormone is behind this is growth hormone. For growth hormone, people can be tall or short. And students, please open your book, page number 30. Here you can see a picture, position of endocrine gland. So you can see the human body, and look the part here, this is pituitary gland, and this one is thyroid gland, and here we find adrenal gland. This is called ovary, this is female ovary, and this one is testis, this is male part. So this is the position of endocrine gland. And students, this column or chart is important for you. I hope you will read the text again and again, and you have to memorize this. It will be helpful for you answering MCQ or other questions. Now come to lesson 3, adolescence adjustment with the family. During puberty, relationship with the family changes a lot. Most of the time it becomes worse. In such cases, both parties are responsible. Therefore, knowledge of problems comes first before knowing adjustment technique. So when a child is going through the time of puberty, the relationship with the family, basically with the parents, it affects very much, and sometimes we find the relationship is very worse. And in case of both parties are responsible, because the parents don't want to understand their children, and the children don't want to share anything with their parents. That's why the situation is worse. Therefore, knowledge of problems comes first before knowing adjustment techniques. So what can we do, and what comes in this situation? Difference in mentality, family restriction, sex-wise behavior, losing interest in following responsibilities, economic need, relationship with parents. So in the time of adolescent adjustment, we find difference in mentality. When a child is growing up, there are changes in their mentality, physical and mental change. That's why mental opinion must be different from one person to another. When any parents or family member says anything, the contradiction starts from there. And family restriction, there are some family restriction for the growing up children. Family says you can't do this, you can't do that. So that's why growing up children wants to do according to their wish, or sometimes they doesn't share their feelings with their parents, and that's why their problems grows. And next, sex-wise behavior. So male or female, the main point is male or female. In our society, we find male children or boys are getting more favor, more influenced from their family. But while it is a time of a girl, she is left behind from all the rights. A boy is going to school, whether the girl is working at home. But a boy who is getting education, health, shelter, or other necessary elements, a girl must have all these rights. There is no difference between a boy or a girl. We have to ensure rights of them equally. Losing interest in following responsibilities. So when at the time of this, students or children lost their interest in the following responsibilities because of some contradiction, because of the gap of parents or family members, they feel low interest in their responsibilities. Next, economic need. And at the time of puberty, students want to follow, students want to go with their friends, they want to hang out, they want to go picnic, or they want to do according to their friends. So they need money, but from the family there are some restrictions. So that's why there are some problem of economic problem. Relationship with parents. This is the most important point. Adolescence time is important for every children, and this time there is a difference. There we find difference between parents and children. Parents usually don't want to understand what is the need, what their children want to, and always our children wants to hide everything from their parents. This time is the critical time for these children. If they can build up a good relation with their parents, their puberty or adolescence time will be enjoyable. Next, an adolescent must follow these points. So to build up our adjustment with the family, what can a child do? So first, parents and family members should be properly honored and loved. So if a child wants to adjust with his or her family, he or she must have the bonding with his or her parents and family members, and must have to show honor, and there must be love. Next, they should be more attentive in preparing lessons. So as a puberty time, it must be a student life, so one should be attentive and will prepare his or her lesson regularly, carrying out the responsibilities of parents. So if these children have some responsibilities towards his or her parents, and this must be followed in this time. Unnecessary expenditure should be avoided. Yes, it is true that in this time we or any children want to do according to their wish. Sometimes they can do, but they must have to keep in mind that they have to avoid unnecessary expenditure, because this is related to economic function. So that's why they must keep in mind about this. Next point, open discussion with parents and siblings can solve any problem. As it is puberty time, there are so much problems happening with the children, can be happen with the children. So that's why if a child discuss with his or her parents or siblings or any family members openly any problem, whether the problem is critical, it doesn't matter, the problem can be solved easily. Lesson 4, social adjustment in adolescence. So we find there are two types of adjustment: school adjustment and adjustment with classmates and peer groups. In adolescence, more time is spent in school and with peer groups. As it is the time of 10 to 19, this is adolescence time and student life. All adolescents want to spend their time in school and with their friends. The following points need to be remembered for school adjustments. If a student follow all these rules, he can enjoy his puberty time. First rule is attentive listening to teachers' lessons. So first, in school, a child or a student must be attentive, and he or she must listen attentively to his teacher's lessons. Any unclear subjects need to be clarified from the teacher. If the subject or if the topic is unclear, is not easy, then he or she can make it clarified from his or her teacher. Spontaneous answering of questions. So this time you have to ask your teacher to know the answer of or know the query of you. So that's why you have to participate spontaneously. Next, completing classwork and homework timely. So as you are a student, you have some classwork and homework you have to do. You have to complete all this regularly and timely. Taking the self-responsibility in group work. So you can, as we know, this is adolescence time, and most of the time we used to spend in school and with our friends and groups. So we have to take responsibilities of our groups. Here we can show our leadership, and from any group work we can learn many. That's why we have to take responsibilities and have to involve us. Next point, obeying school rules. There are lots of rules, school rules, and we have to obey them. We have to perform them from the core of our heart. And last point, regular school attendance except sickness. We have to attend our school regularly. In the time of adolescence, the students of 10 to 19, they don't want to go to school regularly. It can be happen. You have to go to school regularly except sickness. If you are ill, then you can miss your school. Otherwise, you need to be attentive. Now, adjustment with classmates and peer groups. How one can make adjustment with his or her classmates and friends. In order to be popular among the peer groups, some tips need to be remembered. So if you remember all this, you can make a good relationship and be famous. So what famous or popular children do? Look, first, prepares lessons regularly. A children who wants to be popular or a popular student must prepare his or her lesson regularly. So if you prepare your lesson, your friends will think that you are a good student and will think positive about you, and you will be one of the most great person from your group. Next, keeps friendly relationship with all in groups. If you want to be a good children, a popular children or classmate, you need to make a good relationship with the all classmate or with all of your friends. Then you can maintain this. Number 3, cooperation with everyone. You have the mind to cooperate with everyone. You can't ignore anyone. So to make cooperation with everyone, you have to know, you have to listen to everyone. And at last, try to solve any problem constructively. If you find any problem in your group, in your class, You have to think about that problem and constructively you have to solve that problem. So students, that's the discussion of chapter 4, lesson 1 to 4. Now I am giving you homework. Your homework will be 5 MCQ. Students, do 5 MCQ and don't forget to write the lecture number and homework number with submission date. Our lecture number is 6 and homework number is 5. Students, please do your homework and don't forget to submit your homework copies on every Saturday. Guardians or anyone else can come to school and can submit your homework copies. That's all for today. Hope you have understood today's topic. Keep practicing at home and abide by your parents. Stay well and see you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.